Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday, December 14th, 1921. My goodness. Pretty quick, that's going to be 22. So, here's the thing. Let me bring up something here. I'm going to send an email out here shortly. If I can find it. Draft. There we go. All right, here's my email said. This week's been tough to trade with hot PPI numbers and the Fed talking about change in the rates. Big day on Wednesday. T2122, the 4-week new high low ratio, is weak, and the SPY keeps fumbling the ball, getting above 473.50. This would be that level right here. So I think as traders, we've got to make kind of a decision right now. One decision could be sit back and do nothing. One decision can be trade to your little heart's content, but then you're going to have to choose what you're going to do, up or down. So this has been a hard week to trade, and it may be hard until, say, Wednesday, and who knows, it might even get a little rougher. So just keep that in mind when you're trading. When you find those good charts, you want to make sure, I think anyway, you want to make sure that the market is going in your favor. So just saying that, okay? I look at the SPY here. What the heck you want to talk about? It looks like garbage. It's in major indecision. It has no clue where it's going right now. It's looking for a crack somewhere, and that crack could lead to the upside, and that crack could lead to the downside. It's waiting for something to push it. It's simply on a fence, and it's just waiting for something to push it one way or another. So anyway, there's my 2 cents on the market. Trade at your own risk. Please trade at your own risk. Speaking of that, I do want to mention here that and I'm going to speak for Doug here as as well over there in Right Way Options. We do not recommend stocks. You guys all know that, right? We absolutely do not recommend trades. Now, if you choose to trade something that we are buying or selling, that's on you. Make the best trade. Don't just follow. Don't just follow and think you're going to have the same results, good or bad. Good Lord, I'm in something and I lose money, and somebody here's in the same thing and they make money. So just, keep that in mind. You're here to learn. We're here as a community, and it's a great community if you ask me. So anyway, let's get down to business here. I've got a lot of stocks. I don't know if I'm going to get through them all because I'm only going to do this for 10 minutes. And but the rest of them will be on an email I send out. Or actually, they're on the Hit and Run Candlestick blog. They're all over there. Let's start with CNC here. CNC had a nice gap up. That was on the watch list yesterday, I believe. And we had a rest day, and you can see now it's starting to move up. So when something like this happens, you put your best trade together, and you've got to know what to do. And it's not hard. It really is not hard. You see this thing moving like it is today. To me, it's a buy as it breaks out of the buy box. You put your stop in, and you look for it to move up toward targets or just follow price on the way up. As far as a stop goes, just ask yourself, where would you be bummed out about this chart? On this particular case, I think I'm going to go about right here. If it can't hold above yesterday's body, I don't want it, because that would put it back here. Think about this. If it can't hold above yesterday's body and this came down, it would put it right here. Now, nobody in their right mind can tell me that they like that price action right there. So it's very simple when looking at a chart. where you would put your stop. It really is. More times than not. Sometimes it can be frustrating. What do I do with this thing? But just in this particular case, I'm going to look at that body, and I'm not going to like it if it goes back there and there. I'm not interested in having this thing go back to that trend line. I'm not interested in having it go back to that low. When I buy something, I want it to go up. Now, I recognize that it might jitter around a little bit. I recognize that. But that jittering, there's a limit to how far I want it to jitter down. And in this particular case, I don't want it to go below that candle's body. TMUS, I'm going to have to keep my eyes on this. TMUS might be coming up. T-Mobile, we've had a nice little run to the downside, and then we ran up here, inverted head and shoulders maybe. I'm not even remotely interested in buying it today. What I'm looking at is for that breakout, and then I might take that trade up here. It becomes a rounded bottom breakout, then I can trade rounded bottom breakout rules up. So it's one for the watch list. It's one that I'm going to put on there. It's one I'm going to keep an eye on. And I've got a scan for alert me when it sets up in here. This is one of these things where somebody will watch this video, somebody here will look at this, and all they've heard is, hey, this is going to be a buy, so you buy it, and that's what happens. So make sure it's in your spot. I mean, if this is your spot, if this is your sweet spot, if this is where you like to enter, by all means, take that trade. It makes sense for you. For me, it doesn't make sense till it gets up here. And then my trade will be something in this neighborhood. So somewhere in here, wherever the entry is, up into that neighborhood. That will be my trade that I'm looking for. And I'm not really interested in buying it down here. Although, as you can see, a lot of people are buying it down there. So, TMUS, I'm going to keep on the watch list. Also remember, stocks we put on the watch list each and every single day, they're good for today to 15, 20 days out. Not that they're buy and holds for that long. It's just they may be stocks looking like they're setting up. Now I just need to wait for it to come into the right buy spot. Costco, absolutely excellent. Now that is in the right buy spot here. If somebody would rather wait till it breaks out, rock and roll. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to beat anybody up by buying it in here. Good risk reward, if you ask me. But if you'd rather for that breakout, by all means, work with that. It's important to wait till it's in your pocket here. I'm thinking a buy in here, and then my stop would be pretty much the T-line area right now. So that gives me, a 2% stop, somewhere around there. XLRE, nice little breakout. Let's draw a line on this. See how we broke out, and then we came back and tested, and now we're moving up? Well, I expect, until it doesn't anyway, I'm expecting this to move up like this. And in that move, you're going to have ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. I know this. I just know this will happen. Now that it's broken out, I'm looking for a buy in this area, anticipating that higher move up. So I'm just going to simply put that buy box in there and just watch that. Now, in all fairness, I do want to mention, I mentioned this yesterday, I am not likely going to buy too much today, and I'm sure as heck not going to buy anything tomorrow. Because of the Fed meeting coming out and I think the trouble in the market is going to keep me out of the market. I do not believe that I have to trade every single day. I do not believe that I'm addicted to, we make jokes about that, but I really do not believe I'm addicted to trading to where I have to actually trade something. I really do not believe I'm addicted. So I'm going to be sitting out. It's very likely I'll be 100% cash going into tonight. And definitely there tomorrow. It's just not worth it. So I just want to make that clear out here. Tesla, I think, is a short. So here's Tesla, been in a downtrend. We're failing the 50-period moving average. Looks like a blue ice failure. To me, it looks like this might be a nice little target where there's been a little bit of bear bull activity, a little bit of consolidation. And then from there, well, I think we get down into the 795 area here on Tesla. A simple stop would be above yesterday's candle. If that's not deep enough for somebody, then maybe, maybe up here 1059 for those that have the bigger wallets, bigger tolerance. If you like that, go ahead. My wife would kill me over this one. Right, I think a good stop would be around that 104.50 area. Morning, Jason. TSN is looking like a little bit of a wiki chart. I don't particularly care for wiki charts, but if we're looking for long charts, they're not exactly abundant out there right now. But this does fit the bill. We've got some lows that came in. We got a lower low. We've got a high. We've got some lower lows that came in. That gives us a nice little inverted head and shoulders chart pattern. We're moving sideways, consolidating nice. So really, we're just looking for that breakout or a possible buy in this area right in here. I'm probably a breakout buy on this one. PFE, that simply looks long. PFE is let's get rid of that. PFE is a very simple J-hook continuation pattern. So here we've rallied up. We're making our J, and this is what we're looking for. And now that we're testing that breakout area. So it needs to break out, needs to be above that line, and then this is what we'll look for, moving up like this. This is a perfect, very good looking chart right there. Of course, it needs that follow through now. AMC here, still a short. Be careful not to chase it. Looks like it's moving down. AMC, it'll probably give us some sort of an intraday lift that might offer an entry. There may be a few people already in this. We talked about this a couple days ago. Big congratulations. I'm still looking for it to go down to the 16 area. And after that, really, how about 11? Yeah, how about 11? Zion is looking a little short. This is a bearish, dreaded H pattern. It's exactly the opposite of a J hook. And here we're down, and then it lifts up. And you see how it forms that H pattern right there? And the low on this side, below that low, that's the trigger to go short. Now, we are, as traders, I know we try to get in early. That's perfectly fine. And there's nothing wrong with shorting it on that breakout. Okay. TZA, if you're looking for a long here, here's TZA. If IWM continues to sink, watch TZA. If we can get above 31.95, that creates that J-hook completion, and then we can rally up, and some good numbers to maybe look for is just simply take a look at these highs right here. There we go. Just take a look at those highs. Man, I am going to make all these. SQQQ, I bought some of this yesterday at the close. My thought process yesterday was I'm going to buy this, and it has to close over the T-line, which it did. And I bought it late yesterday. And so far, that's working out. First thing I'm going to look for is to fill that gap right in here. Second thing I'm going to look for is the possibility going to the 50-period moving average. And then we'll decide what we're going to do with it after that. When it comes up here to about 666, this line right in here, it could pull back a little bit, and that could offer an entry in there. Piton, So that's my, that's a short. We make a joke about poor Piton. Probably should quit beating it up. I'm going to go to a weekly chart. Weekly chart, just so we can see more of Piton. I think Piton's headed down here to 30 bucks. And then from there, we'll see if it can go lower. But I think Piton gets to $30 here. So let's watch Piton. I know there's people in the hit and run candlestick room that every time Piton rises, they short it. They make money on it. So anyway, good looking short there. Hey, I didn't think I was going to make all those, but I did. Just get to talking. Can't hush me up. Thanks everybody for being here. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. And we'll see everybody just shortly, okay? Thank you.